presented by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the Alberta Classic. Checking in on the action now, let's go down to the 6th. Early in the round, and playing reasonably well. Nothing great, but has certainly not given a whole lot away.
Yeah, and actually a good position to really springboard the round from here.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
And it makes the green in regulation. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
Comfortably inside the cut line, the young prodigy makes another birdie. Now to the second par 5 on this opening 9. Frank, this is a pretty long hole, 602 yards.
Well, it's called hoodoo. Do you know what hoodoo means? It means bad luck, actually, so you don't really want to be thinking about that on this tee shot. 602 yards, if you belt one off the tee, well, you might avoid the bad luck. Well, Mr. Ball does not meet Mr. Fairway. It's off, rough.
Frank, this ball's in the rough. Anything you change in your technique when a ball's sitting down a little bit?
Yeah, you put the ball back a little bit further in your stance because you're going to get a bit of grass between the ball and the club face. So you have to allow for that and keep that club moving. That grass is going to be that grass is going to create a certain amount of resistance.
In the bunker, still with a chance for an up and down. Anything you do differently with your setup?
Just dig my feet into the sand a little bit more, but make sure you focus on the exact spot on the ball you want to hit.
Frank in a bit of trouble here at the par 5, missing the green on that third shot.
You're just battling to make par. And this is going to be difficult. Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Coming out of the rough and right up next to the hole. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Oh, I thought he had that. That is a painful bogey at the 7th hole. Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. So with that, the score is now at even par. Now to hole number 8. It's another par 3 with some water, Frank. Only 150 yards. This is the shortest hole in the golf course.
But distance control is still very important here. If you can get the right distance, you could perhaps aim 10 or 15 feet left of the flag. You're only going to have a 10 or 15 foot putt. So just think of that. Water on the right there. Maybe just aim a little further to the left. You can still make birdie.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. A birdie will send him to 1 under on the leaderboard. So we'll round out the front side here at Banff Springs with a par 5 and reasonably short at only 501 yards.
So very reachable because of that yardage that you just referenced. Hole bends a little bit to the right. You can favour the left side with a tee shot. It's just going to make that angle on the second a little bit easier.
Good lie in the fairway, a good chance to make something happen here. Frankie's cranking it and banking it. Giant drives, a boatload of birdies. What a round.
Yeah, these are the days you just dream for. We know golf's not that easy, but on a day like today, savor it and just keep going. Keep doing it.
That was a big, bold strike, and now a chance for a big, bold move. Putt for eagle coming up. Always two components to the long lag putt, the speed, number one, and then the read. And missed out on that second part. Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
He has this attempt for par. Well, not in contention, but in for par. Don't forget, second round coverage coming your way tomorrow here on EA Sports for our entire crew. I'm Rich Lerner saying so long for now. EA Sports is proud to present today's PGA Tour coverage. It's second round coverage of the Alberta Classic. Frank, as we arrive here at the par 4 sixth hole, reasonably short at 373 yards, a lot of golfers arrive at a hole like this and they'll think, well, I'm just going to blast it away because it's such a short four. You think these kinds of holes require a little more thinking?
They certainly do, Rich. If you can't drive it to the front edge of the green, there's no point really trying to hit it through that narrow neck. You can just sort of knock a 3-wood down there, or something that's going to give you a decent yardage where you can at least spin that second shot. If you can guarantee that ball's going to stop when it lands, it's going to be much easier than trying to fashion some sort of pitch and run.
Excellent looking shot here. Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Second shot now to the sixth, Frank, to this slightly elevated green.
Which changes the optics, Rich, coming in here. You know, you'd think you'd want to hit a nice, high, lofted shot, but because that green's pitched up, you still skip one in there a little low, if you choose to.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Settles in over the putt. Has it now sitting at 2 under par for the tournament. .602-yard par 5 7th hole. Frank, I'm guessing you want to take the big stick out and let it rip here.
Saw Rory McIlroy hit his tee shot here. So far, he had an iron in.
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. That'll be from about 90 yards away.
I mean, this skill and that was sublime.
Just good hands, coming out of the rough, able to manage the distance, and now in great position.
Well, I thought they'd at least pick up a shot. Birdie looked like a sitter. Now par.
Makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Good work right there. He'll settle for par. Frank, you like this kind of design feature where you go from the longest hole in the course immediately to the shortest hole.
Certainly, golf giveth and golf taketh away. This is just minimally uphill, just a couple of feet, but you can see from the overview the design of the green, and that flag's on the right. It's a little bit of a longer carry, so just be a little cognizant of that. You don't have to hit it directly at the flag.
Little redemption chance here. Had bogey yesterday. Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting. Comfortably knocks it in.
Now to hole number 9, 501 yards. It's a par 5.
Yeah, we finished with the third par 5 on the front 9. You're just going to come through those sort of chute of marvelous trees that define this fairway. Just avoid the right side. Something down the left side is going to open up the second shot.
Good contact, good result. Frank, it's a nice walk to make down the fairway when you can see your golf ball right there in the middle.
Rich, there's an old saying, fairway first. And there's another example. Hit it in the fairway, and the game becomes very straightforward.
Just a beautiful tee shot. Had a birdie here yesterday in there close. Great opportunity for another one. And getting ready for the putt. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. He really likes this hole. Made birdie yesterday. Can he do it again today? Well, you could see he's just disgusted with that effort. And he's putting for par now. Has it. Excellent front side. Trying to keep it going here on the second 9.
He's just playing beautifully, hitting so many good shots, giving himself so many opportunities. Can he keep it going? this looks like it's going to find the target. And it was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Chance to set himself up for a good scoring opportunity with his second shot here.
Oh, that was solid, Rich. This one's safely on. It's no snack, though.
Starting the back nine on a sour note here with a drop shot. Bogey at the 10th. Just a couple of feet. Frank, it's been that kind of a tournament. Another bogey.
Yeah, it's not exactly a small gap between that player there and the rest of the field. That gap's got to feel like the Grand Canyon right now.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live first-round coverage of the International Challenge.
You know, this is not heading in the right direction.
It looks like it's going to be in the rough. That one is just a little offline, and that will not end up in the fairway. He'll need to be strong with this. So from the rough back to the fairway, that's the right way to go.
Yeah, didn't take the bait. And at least now he's only going to play the price of a poor tee shot. Still got a good chance, though, getting away with par.
Pretty good shot right there. Getting set now over the putt. Still even par for the day. Frank, this 11th hole can be a real bear. Even the Golden Bear knows that.
Yeah, just to remind him, in his rookie year in 1962, he made a whopping 11. Now, I can't remember the last time I heard Jack Nicklaus made double figures on one hole.
So maybe a bogey 5 or even a double bogey 6. Not so bad. Officials are calling that one around 310 yards. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Not close, but not bad either. That one's about 25 feet away. Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him. That was a good run at it, Rich. Even par currently.
And he makes it for par. Back here on the bonny shores of Scotland at Royal Troon Golf Club with just a wee breeze, as they say over here, Frank. On the tee at the 12th.
Yeah, hole that bends to the right, gorse right and left. There's a bit of a mound and rough down the right side. That has to be avoided.
In the fairway, sitting up nicely, and just 155 yards to go. That looked like a miss hit, Frank.
The lie was okay. It's a little surprising. Maybe wrong club.
Frank, that's a par, and onward we go. Let's go down now to hole number 13. Frank, how would you assess this first round performance from our featured golfer?
I'd say commercial, solid, very professional. If this is the worst round they score all week, it's not such a bad round.
Really good play off the tee. That's about 300 yards and in the fairway. Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. Frank, I'm thinking back to 1989 in the Open Championship. That was sort of our first chance to see the new playoff format at the Open.
That's right, Rich. In 1985, they decided to have a 4-hole playoff, and that had been changed too. In 1964, they went from a 36-hole playoff to an 18-hole playoff. And the reason why, my fellow countryman, Bob Charles, won in a 36-hole playoff in 1963. They realized 36 was too much. I think 4 holes right now is just perfect.
Nice approach shot. He'll be happy with that. Settles in over the putt. Still playing even for the day after the par. Heading for home now, Frank, the par 3 14th, just under 180 yards. What's the key here?
Well, it's rather narrow at the front there. There's 3 bunkers, but it's the second 2 that you really worry about, that narrow the front of this green up. Plus, the front is slightly raised, so ideally you want it to fly it more towards the middle where it starts to widen up.
That's well played, and now a good look at birdie.
It's at sneaky distance.
Wow, I thought he made that. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
In for par. Second round coverage coming your way tomorrow. For our entire crew, I'm Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. So long for now. EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the International Challenge. Not the longest, but not bad. 295 yards in the fairway. Second shot, good look at the green. This is a good-looking shot. On the green, and looking at a birdie opportunity. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie.
Now, as they say, 300-yard drive, one shot. Miss a short one, also one shot.
And that's painful. No problems there.
Yeah, keeps the round going, keeps the momentum on his side.
Frank, as we step to the tee here at the par 4 second hole, just 391 yards, but a classic case on links golf where the bunkering here is just so much different than a classic American layout.
And it's also where a change of strategy will certainly help. Remember, the ball's going to run much further here in Scotland than what it will in America. So you can use a shorter club and let that ball to run out to the normal distance you would hit it, perhaps with 2 or 3 clubs more.
115 to the hole. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Frank, where has that been?
Yeah, thank God for small mercies.
Now at the third hole here at Royal Troon, and Frank, another sort of short par 4, just 379 yards.
Yeah, simplicity's the key here, Rich. You don't really want to hit the ball more than 280 yards. Reason why is there's a burn there. And then from there, still only a wedge into a green that has 2 tiers.
And he went for the brief swim there, Frank. He's trying to stay dry now.
He is. Just trying to avoid water on the brain as well. This will take a good swing.
Third shot now, after the last one found the deep blue.
You can still minimize the damage here. It's only one bad shot that you got punished for.
Inside 20 feet, never bad.
Yeah, 18 feet to be exact. This is an awkward length.
Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Nudge this one home, finish it up. Frank, it has been that kind of a tournament. Another bogey. Rich Lerner back with you here at the fourth hole at Royal Troon, and this is a hole, Frank, that offers up a real scoring opportunity, a par 5, first one of the round.
Yeah, it's the last really easy hole you get at this opening start. 3 bunkers, 2 on the left, 1 on the right, but you can easily carry that one on the right, especially with any helping breeze. Oh, that's it. New member of the 300-yard club.
Good poke right there. Playing his second shot here at the par 5. Crucial eagle attempt on the way. Just want to nestle this one down to within a couple of feet. Yeah, that's a good putt right there. From that distance, he'll settle. Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. And who knows? It is a 4-round tournament, setting himself up for a good weekend, maybe a great one. The young star makes his birdie. Good-looking shot right here. On the green and in play. Good shot. Frank going for another birdie here.
Chance to get on a real roll.
Needs a few more of those. That was a good birdie.
Yeah, this time, that one gets him in the top 10.
There you have it, Frank. The second round is complete. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think anybody looking at this leaderboard, anybody in the top 10 of that leaderboard is certainly in a good position to win. Quality of the golf there in that first 10 is excellent.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the International Challenge. Frank, did you hear the sound of that coming off the club face?
It was like a cannon.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Just a beautiful approach shot. So coming off the birdie on the previous hole, a chance now for yet another one.
And momentum all in his favor.
That's not how you picture it, Frank, when you step on that first tee.
No, you'd like to go back to that first tee right now and start again.
Just a couple of feet. That is a solid par putt. Frank, they call this second hole Black Rock. They also call it the most heavily bunkered hole on the entire course. What do you have to do to stay away from them?
Well, it plays in the same direction as the first hole. So the prevailing breeze normally off the right. Some bunkers in play either side. Really just let the ball go to ground, let it run out. There's 11 bunkers in total on the second hole.
Well, the tee shot has landed in the bunker. Frank, what are the problems posed with a fairway bunker shot?
He's got to hit it nearly perfect, Rich, because the bunker's going to magnify any mistake he makes. This is where you really have to focus on great contact.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here.
A beautiful, soft touch out of the bunker. That's Mickelson-esque. Shouldn't be a problem here. Well, that's just a poor putt, Frank, and now let's hope he doesn't make Michael Bublé.
He's hardly going to be singing after that one.
Right in the heart. Back to the tee box here on hole number 3, and there are a few club selection decisions that come into play on this first shot, Frank.
There is. The reason why, there's a burn that cuts through from the 16th hole all the way across the golf course through the middle of the 3rd. And that stops, or should I say starts, at about 285 yards. That really has to be at the forefront of your mind.
Well, you don't want to compound the error. Out of bounds, and now back on the tee with a provisional. This one has to be in play. Third shot now after having gone OB.
Well, it's a little absurd, that, Rich. The shot wasn't that hard, but it's come up well short.
Didn't appear committed through impact. No way! He holed it, Frank.
Great pitch shot.
Rich Lerner back with you at Royal Troon. Frank, first par 5 of the round. What's ahead?
Our best opportunity for a birdie here is to take it over the bunker on the right. If you do that, you're going to get a little added roll. You can go in here even with perhaps a mid-iron or a long iron.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot. Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up? It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Now his third, staring right at the green. Birdie try up next. Different day, different hole. Made bogey yesterday, and he'll do better this time, it looks like. So into the top 15 on the leaderboard with that birdie. A few more, and who knows, maybe top 10 or top 5. On to the 5th hole now, Frank, and this is really where the old course starts to test the golfers. It's just over 200 yards. You happy with a par 3 here?
You are. This is one of the toughest shots, certainly on the outward 9. There's 4 bunkers of this par 3. You don't really worry about the one that's short left, but the one just on the front right of the green is the biggest concern. You've either got to go around it or carry it.
That's well played. Now a good look at birdie. Birdie here yesterday. This putt again for birdie. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
Settles in over the putt. Those keep the round going, those par putts. 3 rounds in the books, outside the top 10 going to the final 18. Frank, what are your thoughts?
Well, I think you're going to have to approach the final round in a couple of different phases. Try and be aggressive early on. If you do get a few birdies in the bank, you really still can fancy yourself with a chance to win. It'll all depend on that start tomorrow.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live final round coverage of the International Challenge.
Game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that easy.
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards.
Second shot. Oh, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Oh, dude, that in the hole. Tremendous shot. Frank, here's the only par 5 on the back 9 at Royal Troon.
You'd think at 542 yards it would be reachable, but the burn that cuts across really limits the tee shot to about 280 yards. So it's very much about placing that second shot in a good distance for your third.
In the 1997 Open Championship here at Royal Troon, you played with Tiger Woods in the 3rd round. What did he do at this 16th hole?
He hit a driver for his second shot into a head breeze from about 270 yards. Managed to get it on the green, then knocked it in from about 45 feet for eagle.
You knew he was something special back then, didn't you?
Yeah, he was the only one that even tried that shot.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Oh, can't hide the flag stick from that man. Par yesterday. Now for birdie. Starting to move on this leaderboard now, Frank.
It's got a nice look to it. Another who's who.
Frank, now to the hole they call Rabbit, 222-yard par 3.
I don't know why it's called Rabbit, because this is certainly some tough par 3. Green sits up a little bit. There's a big roll-off on the left side, well bunkered. This takes a brilliant long iron shot just to keep it on the green.
On the green, and a chance for a birdie. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
A makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under par. Did the job right there. Frank, now the final hole, steeped in so much history. When you think about the legends of the game who have walked off this tee on their way to the claret jug, guys like Tom Watson, Arnold Palmer, Bobby Locke.
If you've got a one-shot lead standing on this tee, somehow you have to avoid those 4 bunkers. 3 down the left, 1 down the right, with a strip of fairway in between. Ooh, nice little bounce forward. Should be close to 300, 290.
Now playing the second here at the par 4. Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
He's set up for his 3rd shot here, looking to get it on the green with this.
Rich, I thought he could get this close.
That just is amazing. Just a mind blower right there. Absolutely incredible. He made the shot. Well, that'll wrap up our coverage of the final round. This is Rich Lerner alongside Frank Novelo for EA Sports. We'll see you next week.